I don't know much, but I know I love you. I don't know much about history, don't know much about biology, and I really don't know much about Bitcoin, but I have been studying the charts lately, and I entered a BITO position, which we talked about on several videos. But in looking at Elliott wave theory, Fibonacci retracement, as they apply to Bitcoin, what it tells me is this. So if we look at the recent high in July, let's just call it around $63,730, okay, which was July 1st. And if we're looking at this in simple terms, as far as the Elliott wave theory, 5 waves, 1 goes up, 2 goes down, 3 goes up even higher, 4 goes down, but not to retrace anywhere into wave 1's territory. And then wave 5 finishes in a impulsive or a motive wave. Motivation. Which direction? Impulsive. Is it going up? Is it impulsively going down? So my current contention with Bitcoin is that it is in an impulsive 5 wave, meaning it's going to go up to 70,000 plus, probably 85,000 to 100,000 before the year's up. But, before any of that can happen, it can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s. It can do ABCs, which is the corrective move, A, B, C, and then begin a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. Sounds very confusing because it is. So let's just get to the simple part as far as how I'm reading this right now. And I've been wrong 99 out of 100 times. So don't follow any of this as advice because it is barely entertainment. So that 63,730 is going to be our confirmation that the local low has been put in once it is broken, once we go through it coming up. So let's call this the local low. Now, these are ending prices. So Bitcoin did get lower than this in July, but it got into the 49,000s, but it didn't close there. So let's say 53,485 on July 4th. We need to protect that number, okay? So like, for instance, today we're at 57,507, down almost 1%, 552 points. And the first red flag would be if we got down to and through that recent low, the July 4th low, which is the 53,485. The clue, now it can go sideways for months before it takes out that recent high or breaches that recent low. So what we're looking for is for it to hold its ground and not retreat under that low of 53,000. Where'd you go? You're here somewhere. 53,485. You keep coming up with a different number because I can't get this thing right on here. I will figure out how to use these tools one of these days. But for now, the visual is that we need to protect that recent low, and then we need to take out that recent high. Once we take out that recent high, then it shows that this should confirm the recent low is in, and we could be looking for it to go up into the stratosphere, or at least, I don't know, to 70,000. So that is what our current take is. However, if we break that recent low, then we could easily be going down to 50,000. So we'll keep talking about this just to see if any of it becomes true. If it turns out to be true, then I will retire the Magic 8 Ball and call it a day. So why do I concern myself with Bitcoin? Because of the BITO. And BITO, hey, look at that. Up $32,000 today. We took that hot tub time machine all the way up to R2D2 and met him at 2110, the year 2110. So that's pretty cool. But looking at the BITO, it's only gone down since I've owned it. So currently I'm down $12,277, and it fairly mirrors Bitcoin as far as the action. Not always, but it is basically a Bitcoin covered call ETF. So based on the Bitcoin futures, Okay. They are making trades and then relinquishing all of their profit into dividends. So as you can see, I paid 24.21 average on 3,000 shares, and it's currently trading at 2014 and had a low today of 2009. So I did just recently take in 3,006 dollar bills for owning the Bitto. And my plan as we speak at this very moment is to buy some more with that $3,000. I think we did math yesterday. The math's still on there, Bart. There it is. Yeah, the math is still on there, which showed that we should be able to get around 148 shares. We're going to round up to 150. Let's do fresh math. And of course, it's going to go up just as we speak about buying some. So if we put in 3,000 and we divide it by $20.14, we'd be right around that same number. So let's go ahead and buy 150 shares right here and right now, just to build on the Bitto snowball. Okay, so let's buy 150 shares. It's going to cost $3,020. We got them for 2014. Makes a little bit of a dent into our average cost. Now we're at 2402. So it's a project. I should do a whole video about it because most of it's in my head and I haven't shared it with you. But I like the income potential of Bitto if I can learn how to read the charts on the Bitcoin. So there we have it. We are up to 3,150 shares. Still don't have as many as my sweetheart Stacy in her account, but I'm going to be moving over to her account and making the same play today. She had way more. She started with 1,000 more shares, so she had over $4,500 in a dividend paid out on July 9th, confirmed to this morning. So she'll be buying some more shares today as well. Let's go back to the big board just to see what's happening. In fact, let me look over here just to see across the board. What are we looking at? Because S&P is like, hello. It's like the top of the hill of Raging Bull before it goes straight down. You keep saying that, but it just keeps going up. I know. That's why you shouldn't listen. Just watch and maybe be entertained. But I still truly believe that my intuition on the charts overall is going to be unfortunately accurate, because we just have too few stocks making incredible runs, all-time highs, and then so many stocks not, and more stocks making 52-week lows than 52-week highs. Short interest in the market is currently at a level we haven't seen in like 15 years. So that is usually mean it's complacent and can set up to a frying pan to the back of the head. So right now, green across the board. Oil, our sweethearts, oil, gold, I think silver. No, silver's back up into the green by 1 penny. Less than 1 penny. And Bitcoin is now down. So 3 out of our 4 sweethearts are in the green. Can't wait for that Bitcoin to do what I know it's going to do before the year's over. But in the meantime, if I position myself with more and more Bitto, I'm going to be able to afford to hang out with Sparkle Barbie for 26 more years. We'll be celebrating our 26th anniversary this summer, August 22nd. So make sure you write that down. Go ahead and send me, I don't know, gift cards to the liquor store. That is rude. Gift cards to Tops.com and gift cards to Long John Silver's. All those should do. Now, yesterday I misspoke as far as my expiring positions are concerned, because SLV, the silver ETF, that actually expires today, which, I think that we made another little run up in gold and silver and setting up possibly for a little bit of a retracement over the next couple of days to a few days. But that doesn't matter right now on the SLV, because that $29 or 29 strike call looking good, expiring today. And we collected how much total on that when we put that trade on just 5 days ago, right? It was Friday that we put that trade on. Collected 1,080. Move your head just to make sure. Yeah, July 5th. That was Friday. We put that trade on. Collected 1,080. And we're about to finish that off at full profit, letting it expire into the sunset. We have 60 contracts, 6,000 shares of that. Now, AGQ sitting pretty. 2 more days until expiration on that. AGQ is currently trading at 41.26, so we should be just fine on that. DocuSign currently trading at 53.59. Hey, it's good, showing some signs of life right there, and so we're good to go right now on DocuSign. That expires Friday as well. Today is a Wednesday. GDX, we're under a little pressure. Under pressure on the GDX Gold Miners ETF. Currently at 36.97. But again, like I said, the charts are saying we should take a little bit of a breather, a little bit of a pullback on gold and silver, which of course would mean GDX would finish the week under the $37 strike on the call. We will watch and see with the voodoo magic, but I'm not overly concerned. I don't want to lose these shares. So we'll have to fight for our right to profit on Friday if that is indeed the case, that it's in the money, but I don't believe it will be. Norwegian Cruise Lines, that's a different story because right now it is in the money. It's at 1876, up 0.5 point or 0.5% today, and we got 1850 calls on the board. I'm not nervous because they call me Never Nervous Purvis. Anybody knows that reference? Just put a thumbs up in the comments below if you understand or have heard of Never Nervous Purvis, because then you're probably pretty cool. So we'll watch that. If it goes away, I'm not totally sad about it. An easy escape clause would be to roll this out into earnings. If we just really wanted to hold on to the position, I kind of want to roll the dice and hold on to it because I think earnings are going to be really good, but I'm concerned as to what they're going to say about guidance for the rest of the year. Oh, Pan American, I'm way down on my whiskey here. They're rocking out. Oh, it's Gatto that's really rocking out today. But Pan American is doing just fine as well. Getting good grades. If it went away at 22, it doesn't, I wouldn't lose any sleep. Because what am I in at? 19 something? 1960, 7,400 shares. I'm currently up $21,934. Haven't been in that position very long. And we collected a pretty good premium to trade that. $2,500. But now, it makes me look like I got the old egg on my face because that's 56 cents more than what the strike price is, right? So if we do, just like if we were to lose that 57 cents, because we would get the $22, but if it's worth $22.57, so that's 57 cents a share. 57 cents multiplied by 7,400 shares. That's a lot of baseball cards. But that's the name of the game. If you're going to roll the dice, take your chances, and sell covered calls, then you have to be prepared to roll that position to protect it or to ride it out in the sunset and essentially wheel it. So, again, let's reiterate. The thesis for the next couple of days is a little bit of a pullback in gold and silver. If it happens, then Pan American should retreat under the 22, but right now it's looking pretty frothy and strong. Again, I don't want to lose those shares, but I would if I had to. Unity, that's up 90% profit, 1650 calls because Unity is at 1527. It's such a ping pong ball. Likes to rattle around back and forth. Anyways, that's where we're at right now. I'm going to try to get better and better and less confusing on the Bitcoin charts as I learn. I shouldn't say learn as a blanket statement, as I get a little percent or 2 or 3 or 4% better at reading the charts as they apply to the Bitcoin. Because if that can be something that the probabilities are on our favor and we're looking at Bitcoin or BITO, I'll start with BITO. But if we show that we could make some signs of probability progress where we're winning trades more than we're losing them, And then we'll be involved in the Bitcoin directly, probably with the ETF, so that we can trade options, etc. on them. That is the update. And you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment, share this with a lovable friend, and I'll see you in the next video.